I have taken the poem Mirror by Sylvia Plath. It is prescribed in BA third year of University of Allahabad. So today I will be taking Amiri Baraka Vice 1. I will be taking Sylvia Plath Daddy after some time because that is a big poem. I will take it either on Saturday or Sunday, but today I am taking Amiri Baraka Vice 1. So, Amiri Baraka is considered as one of the most influential African American poet of the later half of the 20th century. Uh, he is a modern poet, uh, and he has taught at many universities in America and has written on my right themes like racism, ethnicity, poverty, and political disillusionment. So, because of his liberal attitude and speaking against the government means he is a political critic also. He is regarded as one of the most influential, controversial figure in African American literature. He began his writing career creating experimental poetry with Allen Ginsberg and Frank O'Hare. So, Vice One is considered as a powerful poem from his which he published in 1995 poetry collection Vice YYS. It is a stark rhythmic exploration of cultural erasure and the devastating century-long impact of slavery and systematic oppression of African American heritage. African American were colonized by the Western power, whether it was British, uh, African countries and Latin American countries, especially African countries, what has seen a disastrous impact because of colonization, and they were colonized by Western powers like British, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and Danish. So, Wise One by Amiri and Baraka is an anti-colonial poem in which the poet is trying to warn that when individuals are prevented from speaking their own language and have their cultural have and have their cultural symbols and music destroyed, then they face a profound, lasting danger. So, see, whether it was African countries or Latin American countries, or even in countries like Australia, New Zealand, America, and Canada, these countries were colonized by the Western power, and in countries like Australia, New Zealand, America, and Canada, Western people went as settlers and they colonized the indigenous people and they banned their languages. And Africa was the worst affected. So, this is an anti colonial poem in which Barack Obama is talking about the experience of a colonized person who has been subjugated and who has been marginalized and who has a great impact on his culture because of colonization. The poem Vice One opens abruptly with a question why? And why is written in capital letter WHYs. Nobody knows the trouble I see try. In the beginning of the poem, the poet is asking a question. So the poem is starting as a question to the readers, that why people are not able to see the trouble which he is facing, or people like him are facing in all those countries which were once colonized by the Western power, because they have taken their culture, they have banned their language. Perhaps he is talking about the destruction of the African culture by colonial power. He is asking that how a person feels when she is surrounded by people who are burning his language, as he says. If you ever find yourself somewhere lost and surrounded by enemies who won't let you speak in your own language. So, in the above lines, he refers to the colonial power who have colonized his country of origin and are not allowing their native people to speak their language. So in this, he has called this colonizer as enemies, because they are enemy, because they have not allowing the native people, the indigenous people, to speak their language or follow their culture. So it further means that the colonizer are imposing their language on them. In the next line, he says, "Who destroy your statues and instruments, who ban your own boomba boom, then you are in trouble." Boomba boom refers to their musical instrument, to the indigenous musical instrument by Africans. Uh, and if colonial power are destroying you have destroyed your culture by breaking the statues of your gods, demigod, and legends, and ban your musical instrument, which your you or which your forefathers have been playing since centuries and in your culture, it is a matter of deep then it is a matter of deep concern, and you are in a profound conflict and problem, and you have to speak it against it. If you're not speaking, that means you are allowing them to subjugate you, you're allowing them to destroy your culture. He again repeat the same line: they ban your om boomba boom, you in deep trouble. Means by repeating these lines, by the repetition of the same line, the poet is perhaps reflecting his grave concern about the issue, which is relevant not only to him but to his entire African community, and to all those indigenous people whose language or culture is being banned by the colonial power. So, when the same line are repeated in any poem, that means that those words or those lines are being emphasized by the poet, and he she is laying stress because he want to have a great impact on the reader. Then he say, "Humph, probably takes you several hundred years to get out." It means that if your culture is destructed, which means it has been destructed by the colonizer, then it will be very difficult for you or your upcoming generation to restore it, as it will take several hundreds of years. Once a thing is destroyed, to it takes lots and lots of years, hundreds and hundreds of years for its restoration. This is what has happened to African and Latin American countries, as the people of these countries don't follow their own native culture and follow the culture of their colonizers. They don't speak their languages, wear their traditional costume, dress, and keep their native's name, or even don't follow their indigenous religion. They are following the religion of the colonizer. The poet is calling the colonizer as an enemy because they are destroying his culture. Not destroying, they have already destroyed it. In literary forms, the lines of the poem means that if you lived through a time of inequality and weren't allowed to be yourself, then you need to either make change happen or leave to a place where change has happened. Means you have to stand up and to speak against all the atrocities which has been committed on your people, on your entire community. Beyond literary terms, this poem could also say that if you are scared and can't face the truth, or you are having bullied by for following your culture, then you have to speak up and make change. Change is something which is very which is necessary. So if your culturing is being destroyed, then you have to take stand and you have to speak against it. And Amiri Baraka's touching poem brings out the idea of inequality because they have been discriminated by the Western power in their own countries. It could be at your home, at school, or even in your country. If your enemy won't let you speak your own language, or destroy your cultural object, or even judge you because of your belief, it is not okay. You should not feel guilty of speaking your own language or following your own culture. And you need to show and tell them that it is not okay and you are not comfortable with it. And they should not do it. The author wants to make it clear because the most important thing is, if you keep on accepting thing, then the atrocities with goes on. The author want to make it clear that this creation is not okay, but want to still inform you that it happens. If you see, it happens, and it happens when uh, it happens because people don't speak up. If if you speak out against atrocity, then the people who commit uh, uh, atrocity on you, they have to be back off. So if you see still uh, if you see it happens or it's happening to you, speak out and make a difference. So now I will be discussing about the poetic devices used in it, and there are three devices. Like there, Amiri Baraka has used alliteration in this poem. He has used lots of imageries and also hyperbolic expression. So first, alliteration. The example is boom ba boom. The alliteration in this part of the poem brings a sense of happiness inside the fear. There is a fear still, alliteration being happiness. If the enemy doesn't let you play your instrument and make ba boom rhythm, force them to make you do it or go somewhere else to do it. Means you have to play your instrument, and don't forsake it, don't abandon it if somebody is forcing you. Then imagery, there is destroy your statues. This is a symbolic reference. The statue brings an image into the minds of the reader because the setting seems like a united group of people that create statues that express them as a whole. See, in every culture, in especially in not in every culture, but in monotheist religion, or in indigenous religion around the world, whether it is Africa or other Asian countries, where there is monotheist religion, people believe in statues. So they make statue of God, demigod, and their legends also. So destroying the statues means here that a person is imposed. The colonizer are imposing their will on the other people. Then hyperbole. It will probably take you several hundred years to get out. So this is an example of hyperbole. The line in the poem is the hyperbolic expression. It says that it will take hundreds of years to get out from the shackles of slavery or from the effect of colonization. This line is important because it is the meaning of the poem. The whole the conclusion, we can say, from of this poem can be seen in this line. The line, if you don't make something happen, then it will take hundreds of years to correct it. Means if you are not standing up to speak against the atrocity, then you have to, not only you, but it will take many generations to restore the right thing. So I hope this explanation is clear to you all. There is Vivu Gandhi. He has written, I am a trader and ethical hackers too. What do you think about my personality? If you want to give me my name by one movie character. See, I don't watch movies, especially um, English movies, so I cannot give you any name. Sorry, thank you. So again, tomorrow I will be taking poem either from BA second year syllabus or third year. So thank you everyone.